Hey everyone, this is Michael from Cult of Mac here, and today I'm going to show you how to get the most out of voice dictation on your iOS device. So both the iPhone 4S and now the new iPad both support voice dictation. A lot of people think that, you hit the microphone button, you can say whatever you want to say, and then you're done, and that's it. But there's actually a lot of different stuff that voice dictation recognizes that you might be surprised with, a lot of punctuation, all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to show you today how you can get the most out of it. So first of all, there's a lot of obvious stuff that it recognizes, such as this is a sentence, period. So you can see there it gets periods. Now it also does things like commas and dot point. So if you say iOS 5.1, it will get something like that. Also, if you want to put a dot between two words, it understands that as well. So that's something that not everybody knows. Also do something like an ellipsis, and it will get that as well, ellipsis. So you can see there how that worked. Now getting to some more advanced stuff, voice dictation will also recognize new line and new paragraph. So if I would say something like, this is a test of voice dictation, new line, it works pretty awesome, period. New paragraph. I really love voice dictation, exclamation point. So if I move this down, you can see how it worked, and it did the new line, it did the new paragraph, and it all works all together. And while it doesn't work all the time, in my testing, you can also do exclamation points and question marks. And you can also do inverted exclamation points as well as question marks. So we'll try that out. Invert exclamation point. This is a test, exclamation point. So you can see there, it did the inverted exclamation point and the exclamation point. Same works with question marks as well. You can even do something like an ampersand. I went to the restaurant yesterday, comma, ampersand, I had a steak, period. So you can see what it did there. Now this is something that I tried to do when I first could use voice dictation, and I couldn't get it to work, and there's a little bit of a trick to it. So you can do something like parentheses and brackets, things like that, but you can't just say parentheses or bracket. But what you can do is say something like this. This is a test, open parentheses, it's pretty neat, close parentheses. And it'll put in parentheses. Now if you just say parentheses on either end, it will just write out parentheses. So that's just a word of note. So if I would say, this is a test, parentheses, it's pretty neat, parentheses, it doesn't actually put the parentheses around it. It'll write out parentheses. In this case, it said breakfast. I don't even know what that is, but anyways, it will do that as well. I can also do dash. This is a test, dash. Those work as well too, period. See how a dash works? Now, if you get into some of the more advanced stuff, even further than that, you can actually specify if you don't want it to put a space between a word. If it's a hyphenated word and you don't want a space, you can say no space before the word, and it will eliminate any dashes or anything hyphenations within the word. You can also turn on and off capitalization. So if you start a sentence and you say no caps, it will not put anything within what you're saying in caps. You can also do all caps. So if I say all caps, this is a test. So you can see there it turns this into all caps. But if I specify all caps on, it will turn on all caps for the entire selection. And then when I say all caps off, it turns it off. So for example, all caps on, this is a test, all caps off. I can also turn on and off caps in general. So for example, caps on, this is a test, caps off. Capitalizes every word. So to show you how you can really tie this all together and make voice dictation really work for you, I have a little example story here that I'm going to dictate to the iPad, and we'll see how it works. And it kind of combines all the elements we talked about. Michael's story, new line. The other day, comma, Michael was walking down the road, period. He had walked 3.1 miles, comma, but suddenly he stopped, period. Looking down at the ground, comma, he cried out, quote, all caps on, haha, I've found it, all caps off, exclamation point, end quote. There was an X on the road, period. Open parentheses. He thought that X marked the spot for treasure, period, closed parentheses. He would soon find out that he was wrong, period. New paragraph. He dug down until his hand was bleeding and sore, dash nothing, period. He dug down until he was covered in dirt, dash nothing, period. In his blind ignorance, comma, he kept looking for treasure, period. Eventually, comma, tired, ampersand, embarrassed, comma, He trudged home, period. New line, what a fool, ellipsis. So there you can see kind of how it worked and how you can really combine it all for one big story. And of course, there's some errors in here. It's not perfect, but I think it's, in a lot of cases, for quick note taking, things like that. And for some punctuation too, it's way easier than typing. But that's just my opinion. So there you go. There's how you can get the most out of voice dictation on iOS, and I think it's pretty cool. So as always, if you have anything that you'd like to see me do how-to on, make sure to send me an email. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching.